I've told you everything. I wish I'd done it sooner, but I'm doing it now.
Let's talk again about each and every occasion you had sex with her.
Really?
Really?
She was a willing participant. More than willing. Look, they'll find traces of something in her blood, in the baby's blood, whatever. I'll be proved right. She'd had a drink when she admitted it, but why would she lie?
Tell me again what she said.
She said she'd looked up drugs that kill babies in the womb, or words to that effect. She bought the stuff online.
But after all that, it didn't work.
Thank God. I felt guilty reporting it. Please, just tell me I did the right thing.
Despite her age, despite the vulnerable position you'd put her in, despite the fact she'd been missing all that time.
Ethics versus law. Is that the best use of our time?
We'll find out exactly who acquired it. When, how, with what bank account.
Maybe she used cash.
Online?
I think she said she got it online. Maybe I've misremembered.
You seem fairly certain, according to DC Green's report.
I'm guessing they've already tested it.
Hospitals keep hold of some placentas, believe it or not. They found misoprostol in Lauren's.
So she did do it?
Not according to her bank account. Unless, of course, she misremembered and she paid cash.
Maybe she used a friend's debit card.
Seems unlikely she'd have thought it through to that extent.
Covering her tracks? That doesn't seem far-fetched at all.
Yeah, whereas you covering your tracks. That's not so hard to believe, is it? You know how these things work, took the necessary precautions.
Well, I let you check my bank statements, my internet search history. You're trying to spin a lack of evidence as guilt.
You don't seem overly upset. You know, for someone who thinks the mother of his child tried to illegally abort it.
Well, I've had some time to come to terms with it.
Yeah, poor Dee Dee, by the way.
I knew she'd find out eventually. I should have told her about the baby. But I left it too late.
Do you know that's the first thing you've said that I actually believe?
Lauren told you who attacked her. She gave you his name and he's in prison. Yeah, you were forced to drop it, you said, but the fact remains you linked him to Lauren's DNA, whether you chose to pursue it or not. So I'm still not entirely sure what I'm doing here.
Who's the latest, Mr. Deering? Is there a long line of teenage girls that...
If so, where are they? These young, disadvantaged girls. Why wouldn't they speak up?
We're working on it.
You know, I often work as a duty solicitor. I've had many clients. The young and the downtrodden amongst them. They, thanks to your lot, are often the ones who need us the most.
Yeah, and many of them come to rely on you. Some of them feel like they owe you. Oh, no, correction, actually. You feel like they owe you. I mean, they're not so keen, but they oblige. For cash.
See, now you're just improvising. If you're going to charge me, set bail. If not, you can escort me to the door.
200...
He helped me look for her. All he wanted was to get there first.
Please, just let us do our job.
Feel free, don't let me stop you.
To be clear, we locked up Nathan Curtis, the man you thought was guilty.
Maybe they're in it together.
Oh, just go home.
What did Ellie say? Because these blokes stick together, it's organised.
Until more evidence comes to light, this is where we find ourselves. I'm sorry if you feel disappointed, but we're not all here to please you. We are trying to get a conviction based on fact.
You're letting Joel get away with it.
Miss Platt...
So if I bump into him in the street, what am I supposed to do? What are any of us supposed to do?
We advise you to report any suspicious behaviour.
And what would be the point? Could his behaviour get any more suspicious than it already is? Lauren has literally told you that it was him. That is all the proof that you need.
If only.
Oh, one more thing. That time that my mum's flat got broken into when nothing was taken,
I don't know anything about that.
that was the day that Joel agreed to help me. He found out about the bank statements that Lauren was using my credit card. Do you remember? I came to see you that day. You brushed me off then, just like you're brushing me off now. But what if that was him? What if he's actually madder than any of us realise?
Swain's world.
You again. I'll have to make you a bed up here.
Yeah, well, that's exactly what I'm trying to avoid. So I've decided to come clean.
A confession. That'll make life easier.
Not really. I didn't tell the whole truth earlier.
And what's brought on this sudden attack of conscience? I thought you lawyers were immune.
Yeah, well, like I say, I prefer my own bed to that of a custody cell. And I want Dee Dee to come to her senses before she ends up in one.
And why would that happen?
Well, she did something very silly after I told her about the one-night stand and Lauren attempting to kill Frankie.
You never mentioned this conversation before.
I was trying to protect her. But she needs protecting from herself.
I still don't follow.
Well, it's obvious that she and Lauren both felt rejected by me, and then they cooked up these ridiculous allegations between them.
Sounds more like conjecture to me. But we best get it on tape. If you want to come through.